Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to twitch.tv/Paladins game. This is the Paladins Evie's Winter Classic Finals, and we're here to guide you through the action. My name is Rainday, and this is Hi-Rez Pretty Hair, and we will be joining you for the second semifinal of the day, D69 versus a team as no name. But before we do that, there's a giveaway in chat. Vox has showed you that. The link !point giveaway. We'll open that up, or a mod can post that for us, and you can enter there on Gleam. And in YouTube, you can paste the description link for the giveaway and put it in your browser and follow us along there. And of course, linking your Twitch account to your Hi-Rez account. You're going to be our favorites if you're able to do that. And everyone here at our studios in Alpharetta, Georgia. So we do appreciate you all for being a part of our connected community. And without any further ado, let's get into the real reason why you're here. The second semifinal versus D69 and a team has no name.
That is correct here, and we might. I'm very curious to see what the roster is for District 69 today. Unfortunately, one of their main stars, Bugsy, has had some visa troubles and will not be here for HRX. As a result, they have chosen to go with Unbelivable as their sub. He is traditionally a Fernando player, a frontline presence. So if they're looking to practice with him, today is gonna be the day. A team has no name is looking strong, and with District 69 running a sub, you know, this is not to say that they're weak, but this is the weakest that, you know, they've ever been in terms of their roster. And this is not, you know, they're still at 99% instead of 100 is kind of the theme that I'm getting at. So this is going to be a team has no names, I think, best shot at these guys.
And if you're going to have a best shot, best to take it at the highest level possible. So Timbermill selected. A lot of strategies come through here around Kinessa, around Evie, around flankers. It's really a damage-oriented game on this map. And we will see with the champion draft exactly what each team prioritizes as they move forward into their selections. But just bringing D69 in on the level, you know, they are a team that at their best can 3-0 formerly Torpedo, now Burrito, at LAN. This is a team that knows how to play. These guys know how to perform as well under pressure. And they were in the same position last year as the underdogs, not as, you know, kind of touted as this best team as Burrito is. And so they've got a lot of fight. They shouldn't count them out at any point.
Going to be Evie, the first selection. Their team has no name, going with the Cassie. Almost instantly there, snap picking Makoa as well. We'll see what District 69 elect to answer back with here on Timbermill.
It's a lot on the options here. I love the strategy. D69, I think they're going to go for maybe another flanker here. They might go for Androxus. That seems like a safe pick. Or, wow, they'll go for Kinessa early. Some teams like to grab that Kinessa at the end after picking all the potential counters for her and, you know, 3 through 4.
I mean, they've got Androxus and Evie.
So they do it that way.
Kind of the premier counters. The team has no name. Could still go into Buck, but at this point,
not the same.
It's not the same. It's kind of the B team, Evie, Andro, flank pressure there. It looks like they are going to want to just stay on the point, stay grounded here. They need some. They cannot let the Kinessa go uncontested.
I don't know.
You cannot.
Wow,
do that.
And then they take the Buck. So this is what they like to do. And eLvenpath, he loves himself some Buck too. I don't know. He likes to play Buck quite a bit, so he could easily do that. And Skillganon on a team has no name really likes.
Oh man, they're going.
Really likes that
flank.
Buck as well.
Pit may as well be a flanker.
Wow.
He's going to be able to, basically what they're looking to do here with this composition, Evie, Androxus, Buck is going to be hyper mobile. Pip, one of the most mobile supports, if not the most, only kind of contested against Ying in some serious situations where she can really kind of zip around the map. But he's going to be looking to just rotate around with all of these hyper mobile flankers, keeping them healed up, keeping them a force. Whereas the team has no name is drafted very like, we're going to get on the point, we're going to sit here, and we're going to do our best to just hold this down.
Yeah, and I misspoke earlier. I was like, wait a second, I think I said something wrong. Team has no name. Skillganon will not be on the Buck there. He's not playing. He got knocked out earlier, but congrats to him. I guess he was just on my mind. So sending you some positive Rain Day vibes, Skillganon there. A team has no name, though. They are the ones who are going to need to be playing with those positive vibes. IttzRyan will be on the Makoa, bonkar on the Shaolin, Smutney on Fernando, SYER on that Maldamba, and Leminate on the Cassie.
And with the wonky hyper mobility comp, going for some style points on this one. District 69 will be running Kinessa, played by gerrah. Buck, played by eLvenpath. PERDO will be on Androxus. Unbelivable. This is the sub that they will be bringing to HRX, so all eyes on him to perform today. Rounding things out will be Shipa on the Winter Witch.
And he is such a big Pip player. Unbelievable. Just fantastic at Pip. Loves it already. Seeing the pressure onto the Kinessa, and Shaolin does a fantastic job at providing really that long-range pressure And D69, however, just, you know, dominating this initial early fight. IttzRyan, however, takes the kill onto Shipa. And now gerrah looking to do his best with this long range, and he's got the line of sight that he needs. IttzRyan's going to go down to Kinessa, and Unbelivable on the top flank is going to help eLvenpath with removing that pressure and allowing him to continue taking down kills. He's so aggressive with this buck. There's a reason he loves it.
Yeah, a team has no name is playing their comp well, though. They're staying together. They're not getting too isolated. Shaolin, the first one to step out of line and got punished for, so they know how to play this. They're playing it well, but they're not winning the fight quite convincingly enough to get control of the point. District 69 still in favor of that with about 48%, climbing north of 50 now, but they're starting to get some picks.
That's right. bonkar, Leminate get a couple kills. SYER gets a kill onto Unbelivable. And so now 39% for a team has no name, and this could be an impactful zone here. D69 are in the danger zone here, and I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this zone. Look at that. Leminate takes down gerrah, and no Kinessa. This could be a team has no name taking the lead here.
Well, you gotta respect Leminate on this Cassie. He's extremely well versed.
Wow.
The zone is coming out, and the Challenger Circuit team continues to show prowess as they take the first point over one of the top contenders in Europe.
And you cannot fault D69 for the great plays that a team has no name has consistently brought out in Paladins competitive scene, Nick. I mean, you can't take anything away from Leminate. You can't take anything away from bonkar and the way these guys play. And drafting the Shaolin, I think, is huge because he really can go toe-to-toe with Kinessa in that long-range damage and poke her out so she doesn't want to peek.
Yeah, there we go. We see Leminate hitting 3 shots in a row on Kinessa across the map, poking her very, very low. Like you mentioned, a team has no name is just playing this perfectly. They're playing against, they drafted very well against District 69's composition, who's just going for the hyper-mobility. None of the characters on D69 are super great against a very tanky clump of high DPS champions supported by the frontliners, so that's how they're playing it. They're getting the picks that they need to. gerrah able to answer back on to Leminate, and a little bit of a stall coming out here from a team has no name, lost their wheels a little bit.
And during this kind of downtime, D69 having the ability to, you know, get themselves back in line. Shipa loves this Evie, though, and he's going to try and blink in just for the extra bonus damage, the extra healing. But bonkar will take him down, and now it's 1v1 PERDO. One of the best Androxus players in the world will get a double kill. You cannot count out this man. He has been successful. He has won himself a LAN and a $100,000 tournament in Paladins, and he still has the skills to dominate anybody who thinks a little bit less of him. So now the push has stalled for a bit. Unbelivable getting his bearings back with this new team, and 45 seconds left on the clock for a team has no name.
Yep, overlapping shields, though. I don't really like that coming out from a team has no name. District 69 are exploiting these weaknesses in an instant. You have to be very careful about how you use your mitigation rotation. See, they have no shields available to them right now. Triple kill for Shipa.
He wants the quadra.
Might be able to get the quadra. Had to reload. But just, yeah, overlapping the shields there, they need to be very careful getting full value out of all of their defensive options, because as soon as there is a weakness, D69 have the experience and the ability to exploit it, and they have done so every single time.
Yeah, Team Has No Name has kind of played perfect, to your point. And when they make those mistakes, it could be crucial, and you see it resulted in Shipa getting nearly a quadra kill. And it doesn't look like this push is going anywhere, despite them, you know, having a lot of effort put into it. The overtime ticking away, it just seems like the zone is so strong, and Shipa and PERDO have found themselves that little bit of wiggle room with Fernando and Makoa not having as much synergy as they'd like.
Definitely so. Going to be all tied up here. D69 with a very strong hold there on defense. Haven's coming out level 2 for PERDO. Shipa and eLvenpath cauterizes as well. Going to be a big factor, as well as the wreckers. When those get online, those defensive moments of weakness for a team has no name, those holes are going to be bigger and more frequent for District 69. Leading the damage is actually going to be Unbelivable on this pip. He didn't ever really put himself in a bad spot, never really got out of position, overextend. He was just lobbing shots from the safety of the high ground most of that. He's sitting on an 11 streak right now. But I think as this goes later and later, a team has no name is going to start to fall off in terms of their composition.
And Pip is one of those healers that doesn't really make you have to grab Cauterize. Like, you could grab it, but you don't necessarily feel that's the perfect counter to Pip, because his healing oftentimes is self-healing. But look at that. Immediately, he just goes ahead and takes down Smutny right there, hits the ground, and allows that explosion to go ahead and take down the Fernando. And either way, that shield is not going to to have any impact on Pip at HRX because he's going to go through shields with that ultimate, and that burst damage from eLvenpath is just nuts as well. Comboing all of this together is D69 for a fantastic onslaught to start this point.
And that's the best part about Pip Ultimate, because that's fine to do. You know, he's like, wow, you solo ultimate, bro. That is 100% okay to just Evil Mojo Fernando right off the start and just take down that tanky presence. It's so much value. It's, you know, it's something where in the neighborhood of 4,000 damage because you bring him down from his 5,700 base straight down to that 1,500 HP chicken. There's the Ancient Rage. There's the Ice Storm to cut off the reinforcements. Let's see what D69 can do to answer.
Uh-oh, this is going to be trouble for Shipa if he can't get out, and he can't. The Gord goes down underneath him, and therefore D69 are found without a prayer. A team has no name, now in control of the objective. 69% and counting on the clock, and of course, with 7 minutes already in the game, this has been a tight one, but it looks to be going the way of a team has no name unless Unbelivable and eLvenpath can turn this around.
SYER could have got under the shell shield there and maybe had a chance to live. 93% for a team has no name. Leminate and Smutny finding the kills they need to, but Shipa takes down bonkar and IttzRyan. Leminate has a tall task in front of him. He's getting it done though. 4 kills for the Cassie in this exchange. Eats a big ice staff bomb though, and he's gonna go down. Shipa is getting it done there, but he's not on the point. He did not
wormholed.
The overtime triggered. Team has no name snags the point. 180 health left on SYER, narrowly getting it done.
Wow, so the wormhole comes out in the worst of times, and SYER's able to just sneak on, step a little snaky toe onto that objective capture and claim it for his team. And what great positioning, what great synergy, what great communication, and the lack thereof there on D69 kind of showing here as they try out this new member who will be at HRX with them because their captain cannot attend. It is a interesting story in D69. They will be the underdogs here. They will have to battle through a lot of adversity, and it starts right now against a team has no name, the Challenger Circuit team, coming out of nowhere and putting the big dogs on the grill, man.
On the back foot right now. Shipa gonna go down to Leminate. Like I mentioned, the point control though should go in favor of a team has no name. I'm just worried about their composition falling off late game once the cauterizes and the wreckers are there to exploit the holes in these defense. You see D69 has no problem cleaning them up once they punch a hole through all of the defenses there, using the Evil Mojo as well. One Evil Mojo, you know D69 is gonna get a full team wipe off of that.
And it doesn't seem like a team has no name has developed that synergy, that perfect plan to really get the momentum going off of these pushes, Nick. And without that, is it going to be a 3-3? Do you think that's what we're looking at here, the way these two teams are playing?
I don't think so. I think in the next round, once they get the Wrecker 2s, the Cauterize 2, maybe even level 3 of those items, I really think that this composition is going to start to be able to work its way through for D69.
So D69 kind of given the favor here by Nick towards that late game, but will it end up being the actual result? Unbelivable, the new sub, the one they are bringing to HRX Atlanta in January after the Christmas holiday for that Paladins Invitational Tournament, is on pressure, on board here to perform and help his team climb back from a current 2-1 deficit. And the shotgun sniper Buck there going in. He's got one leap to do it, to go ahead and assassinate his target, and he will. eLvenpath takes down Leminate, gets a double kill for him as well, and that white suit doesn't have a stain on it. He jumps down and looks to find SYER, and Unbelivable helps him out with that, and eLvenpath and Shipa combine to take down Smutny. The defense is successful, and D69 say, hey, we're not out of this one.
The way District 69 plays this composition, it sembles like a pack of coyotes where they just circle. They circle as soon as they see the opportunity. They just go in and just rip them apart, cleaning them all up within seconds of each other. And now we start to see those late game items come through. The Cauterize 2 online, Cauterize 3 for Unbelivable. That is going to be a big impact here. Record 2 going to be online for Garrus Knessa. Shipa likes to go for Haven 3 Master Riding. Damage still in favor of Unbelivable here. Just largely, I think, because he hasn't been pressured. He's not putting themselves. There are so many good targets for a team has no name to shoot at, and Unbelievable is just not one of them.
He's just not, and he's been using the ability for Pip to kind of jump to the higher ledges, and with the portals now, he's so mobile. He's able to get around corners and in the doors. That's just so, it allows him to be where he needs to be and also to escape. That seems to me what it is. He's got an 8 streak. He was on a large streak prior to that, and he's really been a target that's been hard to shut down for them, saving those healing potions for the perfect moment, baiting out a lot of commit onto him. And already you see the Wreckers dealing into the Fernando, and there it is. Leminate and gerrah seem to be going against each other once again. The chickens come out, and gerrah slays one, sniped by a sniper as a chicken. It's not looking good. Gerrah comes down with the carbine and gets the triple kill. Gerrah as the sniper collecting bounties, and boy, that one is going to look good in her pocketbook.
Team has no name. Played that very carefully. They were grouped up on the high ground. They didn't want to give up. Nice bob
Gerrah,
and weave.
what's this aim, bro?
Coming out from Shipa. It's a master riding too, man. That's hard to hit for a young Evie player. Trust me, Dread Serpent's going to come out on the point. 99% for District 69 there. They're likely to capture this one there. Leminate in that previous fight was a little bit too focused on gerrah, I feel. He didn't have the sight lines, and his teammate just kind of fell apart under him.
And they just don't have it. Look at the way they're circling. You're right, like coyotes, they're all just nipping at him, biting at him, and the Makoa eventually goes down, and they stand in the circle waiting to be served, and that's exactly what takes place. D69 climb up and grab a 3-2 lead here in Timbermill, the first game of this best-of-5 set. And with 2 minutes, 18 seconds on the clock, Nick, they're going to be looking to push and, I would think, end this game right now.
And Makoa up on the high ground once again, likely to be picked off there, sporting the plushy head as he sends him, or gets sent back to spawn. PERDO credited for that one. Leminate answers back on to gerrah, though. Shipa has a good little angle on this tank here. These Wreckers are starting to come through. The shields are falling quicker and quicker, as well as this Mount Damba's healing is just not a factor anymore. Unbelievable is keeping Cauterize on everyone. He is at that Cauterize 3 mark. He went straight to it. He knows landing these shots from Pip is going to have such a big impact. You know what else is going to have a big impact? It's going to be that big old evil mojo there. 2 for 1 from Unbelievable. The tanks are the only ones left standing.
The potion is so effective in the CC, and then in the finish and follow-up there. He goes in solo on his own ult and takes 2 with 1 shot, and that is the power of a blaster. That is the power of Pip, and eLvenpath shows the power of working out in the gym and never skipping leg day with that jump, slamming onto 2. eLvenpath and PERDO combining to take down bonkar, and here's the Makoa. It resets the ultimate, but he gets the final kill, and not the ultimate, the nether step, but eLvenpath is there right along as one coyote dies. The rest continue to find themselves a chance to strike that, and so as 48 seconds go on the clock, this hold seems to have kind of shifted a little bit towards a team has no name here.
Great stalling coming out from Fernando right now, able to stay alive. Using that portal is kind of pseudo-mobility. Fernando, one of the more mobile tanks, but obviously going to be outmatched there by the portal and all these flankers from D69. Great sight line here from gerrah. He could get a lot done up here.
Good shield, too. And look at this. Leminate doesn't see him, but now that he does, this is problems here. He's got the oppressor mine. That would slow him. He's going to transport in, get a little bit of health back, and Leminate's already gone, anticipating where he is. But Leminate's fighting one person. He doesn't see gerrah, and the carbine comes in to slay him down. He throws the oppressor mine, and Makoa's already looking for him. But thanks to that extra cooldown, she's able to get back up on top and get a little bit of healing herself. Overtime about to tick in. Pip will go in and select it for himself, and there it is. No ultimate charge yet. He's got the healing potion, and he uses it for himself and his teammates. Cauterize will affect that and not give him the full credit for that heal, though, and Smutney will take him down eventually, and the only one alive now looks to be Shipa, who's in that ice block, patiently awaiting her death, but escapes with her life here and a little bit of health. That could be a crucial mistake that a team has no name has just made, and now with 4 members down, Shipa still alive in zoning. They are going to regret not killing the Winter Witch.
Cauterize needs to be a factor here against eLvenpath. He's sustaining so long on the point, filling that frontline role for District 69, trying to shove this one in. He will finally go down. Unbelievable is still here. Evil Mojo still available. It's going to come out onto 2. Follow up onto 1. PERDO, they get them both. The Ancient Rage won't go into that, and he stepped off the point. With that, this gives a team has no name a chance at taking the game, because we are now 3-3. A team has no name has captured 2 of the previous 3 capture points. D69 has only snagged one. A little bit of a miss nether step there from PERDO.
A miss a lot of things, man, because Unbelivable stayed alive. If he would have stayed alive there, he would have been so impactful at being able to clean up those chickens. But as a result, the Makoa gets back, and he is the one that defends. He takes down Shipa. He takes down the Androxus PERDO, and it just puts him in such a bad spot.
Healing heavily in favor of Maldamba right now.
That's comical.
But, you know, that's kind of what it is. What it is. Unbelievable. His team is so spread out, he can't get a lot of that healing done. Also to that note, Evie has a lot of sustain built into her loadout, and Androxus has a lot of sustain built into his loadout. Buck has a lot of sustain built into his kit and his loadout. So everyone can kind of fend for themselves. I mean, hell, even Kinessa has Restore to get 40% of her health back with her Transport. She's going to do it right here, boop, right back up. 40% sitting on a 15 streak. Everyone can kind of look out for themselves in that, right?
And Headhunter is yet to be popped, Nick. This could determine it. Oh, that shot from gerrah is going to slay Shaolin and make him go back to base, and now everyone hides. It doesn't result in any capture objective for D69 as they're all out hunting their targets, as coyotes often do, sniffing and smelling their prey. 2 shots for 1. There it is. The Makoa goes down thanks to eLvenpath, and he's looking to find one more. He's going to jump in on the Maldamba. Will he get the kill? The reload is there. He does, and he slays it. And now D69 with 60% on the objective, looking to zone this out and take game 1 in this set.
78% and climbing. A team has no name. Have to find a way back in here. I'm looking at Leminate right now. He finds the first kill in this engagement. Takes down PERDO. Double kill for Shipa. Leminate goes down. Shipa just getting... He's outclassing his opponents right now. Triple kill for him. Almost finds the Quadra. The Ice Storm comes out to zone. The overtime is ticking down. D69 have found their way with style to this victory.
And as Shipa finishes off on a fitting triple kill, 120,000 here. Damage by the Evie, who is so phenomenally impactful. But again, when you have those huge health pools that you're shooting at, IttzRyan and Smutny allowing her to kind of do that, especially with the healing coming out from SYER early on. And you talk about the supports, Nick. Pip, he isn't. He's a support with his ult. He's not a support with his healing.
He's kind of a walking ultimate, like we talked about, especially in this situation. All of his team is going to be so spread out. There's not really a hope for him to keep up with Maldamba in terms of healing. The burst healing is going to be there if he needs it. Most of that damage is going to come out from that explosive flash, followed up by just a left click there onto that cluster of tanks. The Fernando, the Makoa, and the Maldamba is going to give him, just as controlling that little cluster of players is exactly what they need out of him, and then evil mojoing it all to bust it up. D69 able to follow and execute on that every single time.
Let's head over to the map screen and see where game 2 will take place in this epic battle. 3-3 went the first set, and D69 cleaned up at the very end, right when it was closing time, to take the 4-3 game 1 win on Timbermill. And now Serpent Beach will be where they find themselves, and hoping not to be kind of that wooden block there at the bottom of that picture. They want to be a little bit more
they want to be the
more lifelike.
serpent.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see which team gets the better end of the draft as we head into the champion draft for Serpent Beach.
Yeah, so I want to see District 69 run something. They're kind of known for their wonky drafts, I guess you could say. They're not afraid to just pick what they want to pick. They're confident in themselves. I would like to see how they operate with Unbelivable in a more traditional comp, because that's what they're going to have to be bringing to the table there, especially in HRX.
Don't expect Pip to be available all the time. He's going to be a contested pick, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think a lot of teams are going to wait to pull that out, and Pip is going to be somebody who definitely changes. So Unbelivable will have to show his God pool. The question is, will a team has no name make him show his God pool today? I'm not sure.
Evie going to be first selected, and Droxus Fernando. The follow-up choices answered back is going to be Makoa, Cassie, Leminate. On Cassie every time is going to be an important pick, I feel, for a team has no name. He's carried on it so many times before. Makoa, a good answer to the Androxus as well.
And the Maldamba and Buck selected for D69. So eLvenpath really loves himself some Buck, and when he feels it, I think Serpent Beach is a good map for that. He is going to be really happy here. He might just have himself a field day, but a team has no name takes the Ruckus, hovers over it at least. We're not sure if it's a pick, and it is. And the Ying to support and follow up with that. So the Ruckus will be not the solo frontliner this time. Makoa will help him out. Leave D69 with the counter pick.
I think it's going to bring just a good balance to a team has no name. Allow them to just run around, but this is This is where that Ruckus pick, I think, is going to fall apart a little bit. Shipa's Bomb King doesn't really tend to miss. Neither does his Evie, as you saw in the previous game, pulling 120,000 damage. Bomb King is a character that excels at taking out large, immobile threats, and Ruckus is exactly that.
And he is a threat. You are correct. So if he can get off, though, he will have a heck of a time. And team has no name, looking to climb back in this set. Bonkar is going to be on Cassie. Leminate will be on Evie. SYER on the Ruckus. IttzRyan will be on Makoa today, and Smutney will be on the Ying.
Gerrah will be playing Meldamba. PERDO on Androxus. eLvenpath on Buck. What did you expect? Unbelivable on Fernando. That is going to be a key one to watch as well. That is his big pick. Shipa on Bomb King playing that projectile style.
And that's an important flex that he has, apparently, because, you know, that leaves Gerrah, again, ready to play the Meldamba. Chances of not getting either the Fernando or the Meldamba, you know, the healer or tank of your choice is hard. So they will be, it seems, ready and prepared for that at HRX to be able to support their lineup. And now you see the bombs hitting down onto the Ruckus. He's going to use that Poppy Bomb to just disengage any threats that might have been happening there and put himself in a position behind some of those counters. And there it is. Bonkar, Leminate getting 2 kills. Bonkar getting 2 by himself, and Leminate getting another. So 2 kills for 2 of the damage dealers there, working so well. And IttzRyan slays Unbelivable. A full deicide for D69. And a team has no name is 60% and counting on the objective.
Wow, just dominating there. Gets the full surround on District 69. They fell very quickly, and that'll happen against Cassie and Evie there. Both very, very good picks for a team has no name. Makoa Hook gonna be a big factor as well. It's very good against that Androxus. Like we mentioned, it goes straight through there, and the team has no name are not letting up on D69.
That Ruckus really melted, though, but they threw so much into that. It's now going to mean that they have no way to get back onto this point
Shipa
if D69 can take this down. Shipa just doing everything he needs to do to take down the Ruckus, to throw the Grumpy Bomb in there. Say, you going to stand there, buddy? Are you really going to do it? Well, you're going to take this stun, and I'm going to show you exactly what that emitter looks like when I'm just throwing my bombs at you nonstop. And that is what happened. D69 turn it around and now look to be the clear victors here, unless a team has no name can retake.
Shipa's Bomb King, absolute terror here. 93% for District 69. Good night, Ruckus. That is exactly what this pick is supposed to do. Grumpy Bomb coming out to zone without even the Wrecker online, just chewing through this HP pool from Makoa. The Poppy Bomb doesn't even need to come out. His team is there. PERDO with the triple kill. And the Bomb King pick is going to be huge for me. Looking forward to HRX. One of the picks that struggles because of ping, but on LAN in a vacuum when everyone can hit their shots and has no excuse, this pick is going to be a nightmare for the teams that can't pull it off.
That's right. Not a lot of teams can pull it off. It's going to be even harder now, considering his knockback is less forgiving. You have to be that much more accurate. You have to use it really and have practice on this champion, not just before, but afterwards, some of the changes made in OB39. So this will be something that I think they will have an advantage on, especially when you can play it. Dosip's one of those that are in North America, one of the top bomb kings, and Shipa proving himself day in and day out to be a threat on this champion as well. And the Blaster, nonetheless, Nick.
Yeah, Blast Shield going to be one of the more exploitable defensive holes, I think, in HRX coming up, as we are in a very Haven-based meta. So being able to have those blasters in your repertoire is going to be big. There's a lot of damage coming up, but a big reversal, over 2,000 damage, and the accursed arm. Double kill, triple kill.
He wants the penta, bro. He's got a quadra. He wants the penta.
Stop.
Golly gee willikers. PERDO. Somebody stop that man.
15 straight, yeah, 33,000 damage. I'm going to say about 10,000 of that just happened in that last rotation of abilities. District 69 showing that they are still one of the top dogs.
I mean, I love his commitment to just immediately use the accursed arm as well, Nick. He just had no hesitation. Yeah, no hesitation. He's like, I'm going to get a triple, I'm going to get a quadra off of this. Keep this rolling. No hesitation. They were just inside of the doorway, and he's actually thankful that the change hasn't happened to Androxus yet, because that fall-off damage might not have killed both of them in this next patch.
That is absolutely just the experience of District 69 coming through in this situation. A lot of teams get those opportunities, but they hesitate. A lot of newer teams are very hesitant to blow their ultimates at the end of rounds. They want to save them for the capture point fight. District 69 is not afraid. They know when the window is open, and boy, did he exploit it.
Oh man, there's just so much damage on that Ruckus. SYER, see ya later, buddy. And Androxus, Bomb King, and of course, Buck, played by eLvenpath, are just going to be so terrorizing to this back line. A fantastic instinctive reversal by PERDO, who I told you was one of, and might be one of the best Androxus players in the world. And it seems like his teammates have been nothing but a support to him. And now leaving this to be cleaned up by PERDO. He's got, by Shipa. He is going to fall with a King Bomb in his hand and give the lead to a team as no name, despite that dramatic finish in the last round.
SYER online as well. Team has no name is 81% of the way there with a nice zone. They may have gotten it away without overtime, but Fernando able to make it back. Here's the King Bomb. That's going to be a big factor in this fight. Can they find the mark?
He's looking to find one, but SYER's immune because the SYER. He actually ends up taking down Shipa, but bonkar follows along with two, and that was the perfect counter to the King Bomb. Shipa goes down with 200 health earlier when he could have used it perfectly, and it comes back to haunt D69 as SYER now with the SYER cleans up the point zone and gives a team has no name another chance at this game.
They have the chance to tie it up now on the potential conversion. Can they show the same stopping power that District 69 showed them? A Cursed Arm is available once again. Could have potentially good angle, but bonkar is not going to miss. He is taking full advantage of these opportunities. 2 minutes remain on the payload push. SYER laying down the pain and trying to carve the way.
SYER's really showing his knowledge of this Ruckus. You know, sometimes the perfect moment to SYER is very elusive. You never really know. And he just was waiting for that King Bomb or instinctively reacted. Either way, it was perfect. The way that he gave himself that immunity, didn't get stunned. That was his only option to survive, and he did it perfectly. Saved his teammates. bonkar cleans up the rest. And very impressive stuff by a team has no name, Nick, which continue to prove that they are able to play with these big boys.
Absolutely. There's one sticky. There's two. Misses the shot, turns away, assuming that he hit it. Able to finally just now clean it up, but expending a lot more than he thought he had to. Shipa there getting a little overzealous with the Bomb King. Gonna go ahead, blast through that shell shield in about 3 shots with that wreck or 2 online. Bomb King is a shield destroyer.
He is a shield destroyer, and his job is going to be continuing to provide that pressure and shut off those corridors with these sticky bombs. He knows anybody who's going to have to run through them is going to have to get through quick, or they're going to go down. And speaking of going down, Smutny takes the heat from the first bombs, and now it's just looking like it's going to happen more so and more so as he continues to gain confidence and go through towards this team, just using the Poppy Bomb to go the direction he wants at a velocity that is way too high for anybody to be able to react. And looks like the Noodle Sun has come out onto the Makoa. Again, the stun comes out. Gerrah slays IttzRyan, keeping him on the floor with those pastrami's.
Cursed Arm is available here. Every ultimate save 6% on the Dread Serpent is available. Trying to find a target for that reversal, will not find the mark. Here comes eLvenpath though, trying to finish what his teammates started. Just buying time, I think, at this point. They give up 2 picks, though, and they give the momentum back to a team has no name. When you give the momentum to a Ruckus, you put yourself in a dangerous spot there. Leminate able to trade out with Shipa as well. This is all of a sudden looking good for a team has no name.
Yo, man, you cannot sleep on Shipa. You cannot, on Leminate, and you cannot sleep on bonkar. They are 2 very good carries, and they are keeping up with the best in the business right now and going toe-to-toe. This Leminate is showing the perfect, I think, awareness of when to blink, when not to blink, when to ice block. She sees to do it again. She tries her luck, but that was a little bit too far. The illusory rift is available, and will she use it to keep her teammates alive?
We'll have to see. Shipa is ripping through them right now. And you know, watching Shipa play against an Evie right now, it's really like the gears are turning in my head. I think on LAN, especially once the ping is not a factor, I think this might be the answer to Evie, because the wormhole playstyle buys into. We saw Shipa in that last fight. The reason he was able to pick up Leminate, he throws a bomb down where the wormhole is going to return to, just for safety, just for a safety's purpose. You can do it through ice block. You can set up the traps. The second she comes out, you blow them up. Bomb King could be the answer to this Evie first pick we've seen coming out in so many games, especially when guys like Shipa are in the driver's seat.
And as the ultimates are showing that they are all available for every single member playing in this game, it is going to be up to, I think, Shipa to use that King Bomb a lot more effectively. Ruckus going to maybe look to use the CC immunity on his Hexafire to avoid being stunned, but who will take the early advantage? It seems to be Leminate here. He takes down gerrah, and look at Ruckus here. He is using so much pressure, and he is getting the job done. No Hexafire needed. They forced D69 away, and a team has no name come out early on the fight without any ultimates used.
3-1 though,
except Cassie's.
The score line for District 69. That conversion so big. Here comes the King Bomb ultimate, but everyone is in a good position to just avoid it. The stun's gonna come out, gonna get a couple of bombs on there, narrowly taking out IttzRyan.
Wow.
He'll get the job done, but not the explosive effort we've seen in the past.
Wow, nice plays though by bonkar to stay alive at as long as he did, and 66% on the objective will mean that D69 now at this point, having just cleaned up Leminate, are really looking good in zoning out their team. The Accursed Arm here just to deliver it. Rampage for PERDO. Sunday we gonna comes out, and that is the game. No need to save those ultimates, because that was what would have won them the match, and it certainly did. 2-0 to D69 in this set, but a very, very well contested game again by a team has no name.
I mean, I think save that, or excluding that insane play from PERDO there, really just kind of winning that round by himself, the 2,000 damage plus reversal. This could have been a very different game if D69 didn't find that 2-0 early there. Because you're seeing everyone on a team has no name played very well. 77,000 damage on bonkar's Cassie. That's the most in the game, period. Leminate 60K on this Evie. The Ruckus pick falling a little bit short there on damage, but all things told, a great effort from a team has no name. D69 are up 2-0 in the series now.
Yeah, impressive stuff, and you just, sometimes you do in these games of class. That's why superstars exist, you know, because so many players at the professional level are even. Teams are even. You need that outlier to sometimes carry a game for you and to put your back, your team's efforts on their back and say, we are going to win this, and watch what I'll do for you. And he just did that himself. PERDO was the man with the plan. The king of the skies definitely goes to him in that round. And no Drogos is favored by either of these teams. So despite the Dragon not being dead, not being favored here either. And Fish Market could be a different tale, but it depends.
Fish Market going to be the final potential selection here for D69. The champion draft is ready. We saw how dominant Burrito was able to be here. They didn't drop a single point to their champion, or to their challenger circuit opponent. D69 throwing a couple chinks in the armor. 4-3 in the first game, 4-1 in the second. Let's see if they can tighten it up here in game number 3.
And Evie is the first selection again, so a team has no name will not get the luxury of having Leminate on that. But the Cassie, good for bonkar, good for Leminate. Flex pick for both of their carries seems to be a very advantageous pick, and the Makoa as well, something they like to have in their front line.
District 69 likely to answer back with the Fernando. We'll see if they go with the Buck again. I feel like eLvenpath just loves this pick.
He does.
You know, whether they need a flank or not, District 69 is ready to run it, and there it comes through. Second, the team has no name. It doesn't even really show a propensity to pick it up.
No, but eLvenpath, you know, is feeling very comfortable, and that's kind of how D69 does things. They feel that something works, this is what they like, and we're just going to do it. You know, eLvenpath, I think, is quoted for saying, you know, there's just one best build for Buck. You build that build, and that's it. There's no thinking about it. You don't have to worry about what should I play. It's like, that's the best build. He wants to play Buck. He's going to play Buck.
Very black and white decision-making there. Fernando Maldamba, the answer, the support, and the second front line for a team has no name. Ruckus will be the answer. D69, will they go with the healer? Will they go back to Unbelievable's Pip? Could be a good answer to break up the front line, but it will be the Ying this time.
Boy, oh boy. I mean, the day we've seen Ruckus selected over, you know, I mean, Barrick consistently and favored on teams, and SYER and Waters putting so much, you know, so
without
much
even
work
really
on
changing him.
Yeah,
the devs
he
really
didn't get changed.
Haven't done anything to him, and he just finds his way in.
That's where he was always going to be. You know, as the roster expands, you'll see him more and more, and you'll see different champions because not only the draft issue, but different combinations, different counters as you go into these final matches potentially. D69 looking to clean things up and find themselves in the finals against Burrito. And a team has no name looking to keep themselves alive here in this contest. PERDO will be on Androxus, Shipa on his Evie, gerrah on the Ying playing support. Unbelievable will be on the Ruckus, showing his champion pool expansion again. And eLvenpath on the buck.
He's a good player. I've seen him playing for a long time. Played ranked with him, had the pleasure of playing ranked with Unbelivable. I have faith in him for the Hi-Rez Expo. Nonetheless, bonkar will be on IttzRyan. IttzRyan going to be on Makoa, Smutney on Fernando, SYER on Maldamba, and Leminate rounding things out on his famous Hunter's Daughter.
You cannot count these guys out. Leminate, bonkar, they know what they're doing, and they know how to get that done. The Bow brothers, exactly. But it looks like the Bow may fall to the revolver, but will he stay alive? He will. The Another Step healing will keep him in this fight. And District 69 with Unbelivable on the point. The sub coming in for the captain who cannot attend HRX, playing in the potentially semifinals and potentially finals of the Evie's Winter Classic, is zoning them away as fast as possible, but he ends up being the bad side of a first blood. And eLvenpath's Buck talks to the Makoa, and the Makoa says, "Get over here, buddy." And that should be a team has no name taking a full advantage here.
The burst damage here, you know, fireball, like, they need to play around this Makoa hook. That is going to be the key. There's no real counterplay if your Makoa is hitting his hooks. Cassie, damage, great burst, over 1,000. Shaolin can burst for over 1,000. Maldamba can throw a fireball, or Fernando can throw a fireball. Maldamba can do his thing. They need to play around this. They're doing it very well right now, keeping the picks flowing. And as long as the hooks continue to land, the points will continue to be captured by a team as no name.
99% overtime on the clock. Leminate is on a 5 streak, 6 kills in a row. We told you not to count them out. And D69 seems like they did not plan for the disengage. Bow brothers coming at them. And that goes the story. Leminate gets a kill, dies after receiving the ultimate bounty, the objective point, and he will go back to base, rethinking his strategy as his team regroups and begins to push.
Stay on your tanks. Don't get too excited if you're Leminate right now. Just continue to play off this Makoa's hooks. That, mark my words, is going to be the key. That is the most consistent way for them to lean on getting a kill, especially against these veteran players.
Man, that ledge is so powerful for Buck. Just gives him those easy headshots as well, landing a majority of those pellets onto Makoa as he's looking down on him. And that just means that he's going to be able to be dominant against those high health targets. And look at that from long range. eLvenpath hits for 370 as a Buck. That's why I call him the shotgun sniper. And it is just absolutely unreal. I think he would have he hit harder than Androxus would have, I think, with that one. And those pellets seem to have some amazing trajectory speed there. So despite all that, a team has no name is still in the lead, Nick. And what do they need to do here to get past this onslaught of defense the Ruckus and the Evie are putting on?
Lay off that Makoa hook. That is the key there. They'll get a free kill if they land it there. They can't be picked apart right now. They got to stay tight. They're letting Shipa pick them all off. There's the Makoa hook. But the picks already come through for District 69. The follow-up just isn't there this time. Leminate's dead. bonkar wasn't in a position to follow that up either.
You know, the Heat Haze also popped by the Shaolin to kind of stay alive, which is not the way you want to use it. And, of course, you can use it that way. It could be valuable, but when you're not even close to your payload, you're just trying to stay alive to, like, just regain your health and try to push again. It seems like a little bit of a waste, but they need all the time they can get. So that will buy them a few more seconds to be able to push now as it continues. But do they spot out Shipa on the upper ledge? It seems like him and Leminate have been going back and forth, and gerrah now is in the trouble side of things with Leminate finding him, taking down the support, and Maldamba still alive here for a team has no name.
This can't happen right here.
Nice
slither to stay alive.
Wow.
The cannonball won't connect in time for the ice block to come out, but a beautiful play there from Maldamba to stay alive. They gotta keep it tight, gotta keep playing around the dredge anchor. They are getting torn apart by the hyenas that are District 69. The heavy flanker composition wants them to split up.
eLvenpath going to do his job and take down bonkar. Leminate goes down as well. eLvenpath with a huge double. He's looking to find himself a triple. Unbelivable gets credit for the Makoa kill. And eLvenpath here and the boys of D69 will fully stop this push in this nonsense, they say, and go back to the drawing board. 1-1 is the score as we head in to round 2.
Lots of ultimates online for District 69. A lot of credits to spend as well. Haven 2, Cauterize 1 going to be the choice for PERDO. gerrah's already getting Cauterize 2 online. The reason that's going to be a good pickup on Ying is the way that her weapon works. It is a beam that ticks 6 times or more, or 5 times, I believe, on the target. So she has the potential in one burst of a left click to apply Cauterize to every single target on a team has no name. Not likely to happen, but just a way that it could work. Unbelievable going to be picking up the Wrecker as well. 2 Wreckers and 2 Cauterize will be the choices for a team has no name, as well as supplementing their defensive options. A
lot of red, white, and blue, feeling very, I think, prideful for America. It seems like these these European teams really loving the USA, or liking Christmas time as well. Those red and sometimes blue bells, but it doesn't even matter because they're here trying to win this game, Nick. And besides them having this kind of onslaught of pressure coming from a team has no name, they've not been able to come up with a strategy that deals with bonkar, that deals with Leminate consistently.
Don't split up. They're all starting to get picked apart here. Narrowly able to find that kill, but these flankers are picking them apart. We saw Fernando have to come assist Leminate, which left open Maldamba to be picked up. I want to see them staying together. They're winning team fights when they're sticking together, playing off Dredge Anchor. 75% on the capture point for an IttzRyan. A team has no name, struggling to get their wheels under them this round.
This is when Shipa's Evie just becomes a monster. There's no way they can get back to this. She's just doing so much damage. She's half-healthing you with 1 blink, and she's getting a touch to her bonus damage, and you can see why. I mean, that first just blink and shot, you already can't safely go back into a fight. And that is going to bring her a little bit more in tune with some of the other flankers there. But Buck as well had to take that slow off his jump. I mean, he just had so many tools in his kit, and eLvenpath is showing that he is still very effective in getting a ton of kills. And Shipa, look at that, 1209. Shaolin is like, I need to stay alive. I cannot keep fighting here. Blink's available. Makoa trying to deal with the Evie threat as well. Forces Leminate to get over there, and then she soars away. Shipa, just a terror for a team has no name.
Yeah, playing that artillery style Evie right now while he doesn't have any sight lines. Makoa is just in a rough spot right now, trapped in the corner. Gonna be made into turtle soup by the bald man. Buck, eLvenpath playing that very effectively in almost any situation. It feels like no matter what a team has no name is picking up, bringing to the fight, eLvenpath just knows how to make this pick work. It's a pick that he's been playing since God knows when. OB20, I think, whenever I came back into the game, he was still playing this.
CB at that point. I mean, he would close beta. This Buck was where he lived, and he's looking to live here. Again, the windup comes through, and the ultimate doubling the damage of the Hitman, and he is going to do damage himself like no other, and IttzRyan are going to take clear advantage of that, pushing this successfully into the payload and giving them a 3-1 lead here in this semifinals, potentially, Nick, ending the game here on this round.
Potentially is the question, though. Will a team has no name step it back up? Damage dealt still being led by Shipa by a pretty fat margin of almost 20,000 damage. Items have been largely the same here. 2 Master Ridings coming out in the 3rd round for Gerrah and Unbelievable. Just to get there, get set up, get that momentum rolling for the Ruckus and the Ying. The rest of the team, however, just supplementing and upgrading the items that they already have. Haven 2s, 3s coming online, Cauterize 2s and 3s as well. A team has no name, a little bit more starved for credits, only a couple of Haven 2s, only a couple of Wrecker 1s, Cauterize 1s as well. The credits heavily in favor of District 69 at this point.
I love the pickup of Master Riding here on the Ruckus as well. Positioning so key for this robot, this goblin mech, and he is going to use his DPS, but he doesn't want to get caught out in a bad spot. And now that they know where they are, Shipa's going to be able to try and pick off the backline flanks. They haven't stepped onto the point. IttzRyan's got 9%, and they're all looking to get a fight. Shipa could dominate this group right here. He hits 1, he hits 2, but will he die? This is up to Leminate right now to make a huge impact. They take down eLvenpath, and bonkar. Leminate takes down Shipa, and that's what they needed. In the air goes the Androxus. Gerrah is going to have to run for his life, and Leminate gets taken down by PERDO. So Androxus, with 320 health, wins the battle against the Cassie, who was taking a team has no name onto her shoulders. But what a stun from Maldamba!
The chef of time, throwing that snake from downtown, landing at 81% on the capture point. Immortal is here to stabilize the team has no name. Should they fall, nice shell spin's gonna keep the healer alive, and this is the play that they need. They're sticking together, playing off hooks, finding value everywhere.
Yo, that's too many carbohydrates in your diet right now. A team has no name, just feeding it to D69. And PERDO, he's doing the accursed arm. He's lost an ultimate, but will it be enough? It seems to have definitely done the damage. Bonkar's still alive. There's so much on his shoulders here, 39% and counting. And Bonkar is slayed by PERDO. So despite all of those carbs, all those noodles getting sent into this man, the Godslayer says, no, I need my protein. Give me that Shaolin. Give me whatever else you're going to put on the table, and I'll take it. 93% and counting. This zone is too good, and that's going to be D69. Moving on to the finals. Pasta left behind.
It was so close. They were so close. They played so well. Team has no name, losing 3-0 in this semifinal series to District 69, but beautiful adaptations in their draft. Beautiful reads on what their opponents were bringing to the table. Great job executing on what they draft, and that is kind of what will set teams apart from the rest of the pack. You don't just pick the strong picks in the meta. You pick them, play them correctly, play them how they were meant to be played. Don't do anything silly. Play it by the book. Team has no name. Was able to do a good job at that, but D69 just shining a little bit brighter today.
Yeah, and team has no name, still showing they deserve to play with these big boys.
Absolutely.
They are taking points off of them. We did not see a lot of teams even take rounds at all, points at all from D69 and Burrito throughout the champion circuit. So a team has no name definitely making their claim to be here in the following year. Of course, after January is only a month away, they will be definitely coming back to play after HRX. So we'll go into the brackets. Let's take a look at where everything has left us. What do we have on the table? And it seems like Burrito versus D69, the inevitable European juggernaut matchup, will be where we watch here in the finals.
It is a tale as old as time, and we're very excited to tell it to you once again, especially given the roster changes for District 69, bringing Unbelivable to the table. They were already struggling to contend with Burrito in the circuit play, but can they do it with this new support? Without Bugsy, it'll be interesting to see how they fill his shoes, because him and Unbelivable are very different players. So this is it really throws a spanner in the works here for District 69. The roster is gonna have to work together to fill the hole Bugsy left.
Yeah, and you know what? Bugsy left a hole, but we'd like to fill that hole with some giveaways. How about that? Sounds good to me. You guys want to make sure you hit ! giveaway on Twitch and enter that Gleam link. And if you want to go to YouTube, take that out of the description, post it in your browser. If you have one of those like monitors that you could touch, you could do it that way, or you could actually use your mouse and keyboard, whichever way you like, and enter that link as well to win 800 crystals. And of course, link your Twitch account and your Hi-Rez account, because you'll get some free crystals and a chance at a mount. I don't know, maybe. I have no idea. You'll get some free in-game Paladins rewards.
Give me the loot.
Give me the loot, baby. That's the only way to get it. Make sure you keep it locked here. Twitch.tv/Paladins. Paladins game. I'm Rainday. Hi-Rez Pretty here. Finals coming up in 5.